Welcome, everyone, to Women's Wednesday, a special day honoring women and the divine feminine as part of the 13th annual Global Oneness Summit and Celebration. I'm Debra Poneman, founder of Yes to Success Seminars. I'm also a contributor to Humanity Stream Plus with the masterclass I created along with the iconic teacher Christy Whitman called A New Kind of Power, and my own program, Seeds for Your Soul, A Life Beyond Happy. And I'm sure you know that you can become a Humanity Stream Plus member and get access to all of Humanity's team's amazing events and their programs and their master classes and teachers, including my classes for one low fee. Plus, you get free recordings of this entire Global Oneness Summit. So all that information is there on the Humanities Team website. And I just want to add that I'm also proud to be a member of the Humanities Team Board of Advisors. And this is the fourth or maybe even the fifth year that I've been part of the Global Oneness Summit, an event that every year becomes more and more inspiring, more and more robust with the world's most brilliant teachers and thought leaders. And this year, the addition of musical guests, and I'm especially thrilled that we've also added this special day for and about honoring women. And although men are absolutely invited to enjoy it with us, and it will be featuring some of the most talented and influential women, names that you know and love, to talk about oneness, as oneness matters more now than ever. You know, oneness is simply the state of being unified or whole. And at a time when the world feels so fragmented, this event is held to highlight and honor oneness, to celebrate what connects us. It invites us to no longer use our energy and our life force to talk about what's wrong with the world and what divides us, but to offer solutions and to celebrate the unity in our glorious diversity. And our Global Oneness Women's Wednesday begins at the top of the hour with a special message from Lynn Twist. You all know Lynn. She's the founder of the Soul of Money Institute and the Pachamama Alliance, and she delivers transformational workshops around the world and advocates for indigenous rights and the rights of nature. And she just offered the world a new book entitled Living a Committed Life, and she is going to inspire us with her opening remarks. Lynn's message is going to be followed by Marcela Lobos, an incredible video, very, very stirring, called Journey to Our Origins. And the video clip that she offers, it's going to blow your mind. She takes us on a shaman's journey to the womb of the earth in Lake Titicaca. And after that, we're going to have renowned storyteller Lee McCloskey, who happens to be a wonderful man, who is going to share his beautiful piece titled, I Love, Therefore I Am, the ancient wisdom of Sophia, the Great Mother. You'll also be invited to enjoy the music of Peggy Lebo, who will take you on a journey into the depths of your heart. I love Peggy's music. It also always touches me very deeply. I know it's going to be the same for you. We have renowned psychic medium Suzanne Giesman, who will share, I love this topic, pay attention when the universe whispers. And then we have numerous panels throughout the day, one on empowering and honoring youth for a new world, one on the new paradigm of business for good, one entitled Inner Ecology, Circle of Wisdom, all with spectacular women hosting and spectacular women speaking and talking about spectacular. To start off today's special Women's Wednesday, I can think of no one better to speak about oneness than our first guest live from Tiruvannamalai, India, my dear friend Rasha. Welcome, my dear. So good to have you.
Thank you so much for this incredible opportunity.
And
I am just grateful.
How ironic is it that I just spent the last month in India? I just got home on Sunday, less than 200 kilometers away from you. I know we got together last time I was in India before the pandemic, and but this year it takes humanity's team to bring us together.
Absolutely. Some things are meant to be.
Some things are meant to be. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read your bio, and then I have many questions for you about oneness. So here we go. Author of the underground spiritual classic, Oneness, as well as A Journey to Oneness and The Calling, Rasha has worked as a messenger of divine guidance for over 35 years. In 1998, she began a profound dialogue with the universal presence she came to know as oneness, the divinity we all share and many refer to as God. Word for word, she's now transcribed thousands of pages of life-changing principles that guide us to a new depth of understanding of this mystery we call life. The divine wisdom of oneness empowers us to master today's challenges of radical interchange and totally transform our lives and our world. The teachings of oneness are universal and focus on the personal experience of the divinity within each of us. Rasha has dedicated her life to addressing the unprecedented global awakening and spiritual transformation that is the hallmark of these times. An incurable world traveler, Rasha is American by birth and now lives at the foot of the mystical mountain Arunachala in South India. So again, welcome, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm going to start out with a question that I'd like to know the answer to, and I'm sure everybody else would too. Years ago, you transcribed a book that has become a spiritual classic. And as I said before, it's titled Oneness. And recently its sequel, A Journey to Oneness, your own incredible story. And both of these books feature the divine wisdom of a source that you call oneness. Can you tell us what or who is oneness? I mean, is this God that you're referring to?
No, it's funny. That was my first question. When the words popped up on my laptop, we are oneness, I said, what is oneness? Are you God? And the answer I received absolutely blew me away. The answer was, as the drop of water is to the ocean, this is what oneness is. If you ask the drop what it is, it can only say, we are ocean. Its essence is no less than the totality. And yet, the drop is not the whole thing. So, what is oneness? Of course, oneness is the all that is. And of course, oneness is the essence of life itself. But it is no less the essence of each of us. If you ask each of us, what are you? You are oneness in your essence. And what is exciting about these times is we are being given an opportunity to experience it. Vibrationally, the conditions on the planet are conducive to making an extraordinary journey. There is a lot of talk now about global oneness and becoming one with each other, and that's wonderful. But before we can do that, we have to become one within ourselves. We have to gather up all the pieces of this vast composite of consciousness that is the essence of who we are. and become that wholeness, then we're in a position to make the jumps, to experience oneness with others, to experience global oneness. The opportunity in these times is to make that journey. It took me a long time to understand that what I was transcribing 20 plus years ago was the guidebook for now. All of that was in preparation for this moment in time, because vibrationally, something very significant has just happened. We are in a different place in time, and it's about now. So yeah, that's what oneness is. It's you, it's me, it's Debra, it's all of us. And it is the source of teachings that I still continue to transcribe. And I cannot say that the oneness that I connect with, this is not the absolute. Nobody in human form could connect with that. It's vibrationally impossible. And yet there are aspects of that. Whoops, sorry about that. There are aspects of oneness. There are aspects of oneness. Sorry, that was a cell phone. That are in their essence the totality. And that is what comes through and dictates these extraordinary teachings. This is the all that is in its essence. And it is not a static thing either. It shifts. It becomes more calibrated to the vibration that a human being is able to tune into. So that's a little bit more than I was going to tell, but yeah, that's kind of how it works. That's what oneness is.
So you did say that we can experience it. And as spiritual seekers, so many of the people listening have spent years reading books, going to workshops, building a solid foundation of spiritual understanding. Yet for some, if not most people, there still seems to be something missing. So can we talk a little bit about bridging the gap between our spiritual understanding and the actual experience of that oneness, of the divine presence that's waiting there within us all?
What most of us have done all these years is to create a solid foundation, a framework in which to put a profound experience when eventually you have one. So the opportunity now is to make the leap between believing it, which is a construct of mind, and knowing it, which is a construct of heart. It's an experiential journey that we're being given an opportunity to do now, to shift from mind to heart. And the way to do that is to make it a priority, to start a spiritual practice, whatever that is for you. No two people do this the same way. If you want to light candles or chant mantras, as I did, or smell flowers, or meditate, or whatever puts you in that space of sacredness, where you know that something within you is receptive to connection with something that is holy. Then you've laid the groundwork for having that kind of experience. Create a sacred space. Make it a priority. Put a do not disturb on the door, because this is a relationship. Your relationship with oneness, with your own sacred self, is a relationship. And when you're in a relationship, you make time for it. It comes first. It's not something you fit in when you've got a free minute. So when you prioritize your spiritual practice, you find that the doors open, the floodgates open, and you eventually start to have a taste, what Oneness calls the taste, of something that there are no words for. And you know, oh my God, that's what I've been reading about. It's not about philosophy. It's about having the experience of it for yourself. So yeah, that's what the book Oneness and all of these very detailed teachings prepare us to be able to do, to have that kind of intimate contact with the divinity within our own selves. Yes. And gather up the pieces of your puzzle, gather up the fragmented pieces of your essence. And there's a whole science to how to do that. There's a 400-page book called Oneness that is a drop in the bucket of how to do this. But this is the opportunity of a lifetime, because in these times, having that experience is not reserved for the 1 in a million that's sitting in a cave in the Himalayas. This is an opportunity that's available to everybody.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And I was the least likely person to have gone on that journey or to have transcribed teachings of how to do it.
That's funny you should say that, because knowing you, I think you're the most likely person. But I guess I didn't know you 25 years ago. But it's so interesting because having just been in the Himalayas just last week, and you see so many people. I was in Rishikesh, and there are so many people in foothills of the Himalayas, people just like you and me, who are having that experience of the divine oneness. And it isn't just for, cave yogi and ball yogi and this yogi. It's for all of us. And I'm so glad that you pointed that out. But I find it interesting that you say now is the time. What is it about these times that you feel that now is the time?
Now is the time. You have to remember this, it's all about energy. There has been a shift. We are in a process of ascension. Not only planet Earth, but all of creation is moving toward oneness. Everything is coming together as one. So the vibration on the planet is so strong now. And things are changing. Things are changing. Things are falling apart for a lot of people too. And that's also a byproduct of the energy, because what is not relevant, what no longer serves us, is giving way, is making room for what is more relevant. So actually, there was a wonderful teaching I transcribed. Before a skyscraper can be built, you have to level the ground. And that's what's happening in a lot of people's lives.
Yes.
Things are crumbling. Things are falling apart. And globally, look at the headlines. All of the things, the structures, the institutions we thought were carved in stone. There is not the vibration in this place and time we're in right now to sustain it in form. And so it dematerializes. That's what's happening.
Yeah, you actually talk about that in the Oneness book. You refer to the spiritual journey as a roller coaster, and suddenly people everywhere seem to be caught up in a whirlwind of personal upheaval, and lives are upside down, and things seem to be falling apart. But I guess from a higher perspective, things are falling together. Or can you comment more about what's going on now?
Not necessarily a bad thing. It's, I mean, it at face value, somebody's personal life, it may be a disaster. And yet that will be the doorway to something that will be serving that individual, that could not have taken place if they had held on. So maybe a key word in these times is non-attachment. Don't hang on for the sake of hanging on to what was, because this is change upon change upon change. It's shifting like a kaleidoscope before our very eyes. Watch the movie. Watch the movie. You're part of it. And surrender to this extraordinary wave that's coming through and carrying us to a place in time that we can never visit in our wildest dreams. Our children, our grandchildren are born in conditions to be able to sustain life in these times. We who are in the interim stages of this process are watching the movie with a sense of it, with a sense of where we're going. Instantaneous manifestation. You think it happens. It's amazing. That's where we're headed. In the last 2 years, we were in a tunnel. We've just emerged from that tunnel. You can feel it. You can feel it. Something has shifted just very recently. Things are different, and you can't put your finger on what has happened, but it's like, okay, we're okay. It's going to be fine. It feels like that. Yeah. It's all vibration.
You know what I love about what you just said? So many people are saying, I don't want to bring children into this world because the world is so falling apart. But just now what you said is like our children and our grandchildren are going to be able to experience glory that we can hardly even conceive of. I just got goosebumps when you said that, because it really turns that idea of don't bring children into the world, just turns that idea on its head.
No,
so thank you for that.
Definitely do. Definitely do. Yeah, we are in an extraordinary place in history. And we've chosen this incarnation for the opportunity to birth this, to be part of the transformation and the transition. You volunteered for this. All of you listening, you volunteered for this, each and every one of you, to be part of the shift of the ages. And these are amazing times. It's almost like you want to say, fasten your seatbelt. This is the ride of a lifetime.
Well, what can we expect as we start to go deeper and really open ourselves to experiencing our own divinity in the presence that you call oneness? Can you give us a little preview besides fasten your seatbelts?
Well, when you shift into this higher state of your own being, it's a feeling that there's no words for. It's extraordinary. You can expect, yes, manifestation of things, but that's on a material level. What there is to have is not about manifesting things and bigger and better and all of that. Yes, you can do that. You can harness these abilities to do that. But what there is to have is so much bigger than that. You have an opportunity to experience your own divine essence in form. You can't describe it. It's like trying to describe the fragrance of a rose. You can't. And yet, when you've had a taste of that essence, you know why you are here, why you may have volunteered to be in these times, for the opportunity to know the truth of who you are. to not just believe it, but to know that you are divinity incarnate. And we're being given the tools of how to do this with grace, with dignity, because it's messy. Pulling together your bits, the journey is messy. And no two people are doing it in the same way. It's each of us is totally unique in the way we're doing this. So don't expect it's going to be a paint by numbers experience when you decide to go for it. It's not. It's not. You illustrate it your own way. This is your masterpiece. Your spiritual journey is your work of art. So, yeah.
So I think you said we would just know it, because I was going to ask you, how can a person tell if they've actually connected with that inner divine essence, the source that you refer to as oneness? Is it just a knowing, or do fireworks go off? Or
Well, it's not fireworks. It is a state of indescribable inner peace and joy, where you know that you have shifted into something that is extraordinary. And yet the amazing thing is, it's still you. It's not like oneness is coming in and possessing you. It's not like you're channeling an entity or something that is other than what you are. This is an opening, like a lotus opening. And it's you. It's oneness looking out through these eyes. And the feeling, you just know. Okay, I didn't imagine this. I didn't imagine this. And it's safe and it's beautiful. And you haven't disappeared and gone somewhere else. You are in the embrace of your own divinity. That's what it's like.
you, Rasha, your energy, your being, my experience is it's bringing me to this place. You said you could sit with candles, flowers, you can, whatever, watch your breath. But I think being with high vibration people like you also contributes to our evolution towards oneness. And I bet the rest of the audience is feeling the same thing. So thank you so much for being you. And any final words of wisdom before we say goodbye?
Yes, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to prioritize your spiritual journey. This is the most important thing you can be doing with this lifetime, is to not just believe it, but to know it. These are the moments where you're not here just to read the menu of what's available. This is not about philosophy. This is not about the workshops and the books and all of that. That's preparation. This is about having the taste, sitting down and having the banquet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us today for this special Women's Wednesday. Rasha, what a way to kick this off, this day for honoring women and the divine feminine as part of the 13th annual Global Oneness Summit, Birthing a New World. Everybody enjoy this amazing day, and we both send our love to you.